Let's move along to number 2, Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. It pulled in a couple thousand less than the boss, 23.4 and some change. Let's see, in 3 weekends, it made 296 million.
3 weeks.
In 3 weeks.
Not just the weekends.
Okay. Worldwide, it's at 783 million, and it experienced a 54% drop. So that's what we were touching upon earlier. So is this doom and gloom for the movie?
The drop is just slowing down, but 54% is still pretty high.
It is, but if you look at other superhero movies, right, by the 3rd weekend, I mean, the drop, the percentage is around that. Even though it's like 1 or 2 percentage point higher, it's kind of that.
Is it?
Yeah. Let me do some comparison, all right? So let's see.
Okay, do a comparison.
What should we compare it to? Okay, right now, the Box Office Mojo has a handy chart with the showdowns.
We can always do something like Deadpool. Deadpool on its first weekend was at 45%. But Deadpool was well reviewed.
Right. Avengers Age of Ultron is 50% in the 3rd weekend. Iron Man 3, 3rd weekend is 50.7%. Dark Knight Rises, 3rd weekend is about 42.5%. So, so it's a little bit on the high side.
Yeah, it is a little bit on the higher side. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's already nearing 800 million worldwide. It's already made about 200 million more than Man of Steel, so you can't say it's a bomb. It's not a bomb, it's not a bomb. We'll see if it gets to 900 million.
Let's get straight to the point, okay? Let's get straight to the point on this. It's really...
It's not DC, a home run. It's not a home run.
No, it's really DC versus Marvel. As a standalone movie, it's decent, but when you compare to the stuff that Marvel is churning out, it's not as successor. And that's what we've been saying all along, is that the Warner Brothers stuff, their superhero movies are kind of dicey. They're not as good, or not well as regarded as the Marvel stuff. And that's what all this thing is about. Batman vs. Superman, even though let's say in a vacuum, it's doing, I think, okay. This is where the fanboy stuff gets in. The Marvel fanboys and then the DC fanboys. They're saying, oh yeah, my movies is better than yours, kind of argument.
Here's the thing though, it costs 250 million to make. It's supposed to be the film that starts this entire DC cinematic universe. So in that sense, I guess the thing is, it's not a home run, but maybe, I guess, it got to third base. Better than okay, maybe even good.
I think good enough.
Yeah, good enough, but not a home run. Let's just call it that.
And I believe Wonder Woman is the next really straight sequel to this movie, right? Not counting Suicide Squad. I'm not counting Suicide Squad because that's an entirely different thing. I think they just try to tie it together.
Yeah.
I think they should actually just jump right into the Justice League movie, but for some reason they want to do Wonder Woman.
Well, they want to crank it. Excuse me, like the Marvel films when they made Avengers. It actually gave a boost to almost every individual superhero movie from the Marvel universe that came out since then. So I think that's what they want to do from Batman vs. Superman.
When they announced all these movies, I thought it was kind of rushed.
Yeah, it was kind of rushed. But Suicide Squad is getting a pretty good, decent buzz though. And from what I read, some of the characters in Suicide Squad might be incorporated into future films.
Possible. I mean, I'm sure they would want to. Turning up into another movie is probably not enough, but it's just see how they execute it on the story.
Oh, not into another movie, but they might incorporate some of the characters there into, like, say, Justice League, or some of those characters there might pop up in future standalone films of other characters, or maybe even individual characters by themselves.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure they would want to.
So, like, the Joker from Suicide Squad might turn up in the next Batman, for instance. From what I read, the people they chose there might pop up in other films.
Well, yeah, getting back to the film, as we both agreed, hey, it's off to, I guess, a decent start. Not a great start, but a decent start.
Yeah,
and,
good enough.
Good enough start.
Yeah.
But then I guess the question is really the sequel, the follow-up movies. We'll see how that goes. And the next one, as we said, is Wonder Woman. I think Wonder Woman will do okay.
Suicide Squad comes first and then Wonder Woman, right?
Yes, but I don't think Suicide Squad will connect it to that much. I think it will have something, but I don't think it'll connect actually to this universe just yet.
Well, I'm not sure. From what I read, it's kind of like part of it, but we'll see.
They will want to be part of it, but I think the storyline wise, I'm not sure how they tie together yet. Maybe some character will turn up at the end of the movie and say, hey, Wonder Woman, probably, since that's the next movie, and it'll take off from there.
We'll see. You could be right.
Yeah, so Batman vs. Superman is not a bomb. It's a successful movie in its own right, just not as successful as the Marvel movies.
Right.